guys, it's a little bit over 9 o'clock and I just arrived to Copenhagen. Guess what? This is Kay. Kay is a friend of Ruth, and I take it you studied together, right?
Yeah,
Acting?
we did.
Alright, so that was like, when was that, 2009 or something?
No, it was 2011.
2011. So yeah, I literally was walking out the door from Al's place, and I received an email from her saying, hey, you know, I'm Ruth's friend, and you need a place to stay. So she says, okay, here's, you know, you can come stay with us. So she's got a couple of friends. This is Sam. Hi, Sam.
Hello, Video Diary.
All right, you are from England, right?
From England.
England. This is Margarita.
Yes.
Margarita from Chile.
Yes.
From Chile. This is another Sam. This is brother of Kay. And this is
Cindy?
Cindy.
Yeah.
And you are from?
I'm from Iran.
From where?
From Iran.
Iran? Oh, she's from Iran. I see. Yeah, she's from Copenhagen originally. And check this out. This is the place. This is their house. And guess what? I'm gonna stay in this camper over here. This is just crazy. I've never. This is your old camper. All right. This is Cindy's old camper. So, you know, I gotta keep it clean, nice, and in shape. It doesn't have electricity inside, so most likely I'm gonna be recharging my batteries for the camera in there. And it's got a key, and basically it's kind of like a bedroom of some sort. And let me show you a little tour about the camper. What's that? Life? Oh, I'm gonna get second life. Look at that. So this trailer is called Life. It's got no lights here, so it's gonna be, maybe candles would work probably or something. So I can either sleep here, I don't know if you can see, or I can, let me try the lights. I don't know if the lights would work while I'm filming, probably not. Look, this is a mezuzah. Oh, not a mezuzah, what is it called? Forget it. So this is the place. You can't see anything, but it's got double door. You see this? And you can lock it up too. Very nice. I don't know how you lock it. Oh yeah, Kay told me that she's gonna give me a key for it. So that's basically it. Staying in the camper in Copenhagen. What could be better than this? And Sam, the first Sam that I introduced you to, is a bike mechanic. And if you ever heard, Copenhagen or Denmark is the biggest bike city out there. After, I mean, no, it's the first bike city, and the second one is Netherlands actually. So I'm very excited to be here, and I'll see you guys sometime in the future. Cheers. Take a look at this. This is a really cycling city. There are actually 2 lanes for cyclists. Cars are next to nothing. Look at this. This is parking for bicycles. I've never seen so many bikes. This rivals Amsterdam probably tenfold. And we are just about to be approaching city center. Look, double-decker bike racks. Bikes everywhere.
Recalculating the route.
Anywhere you look, there's bikes.
Route not found.
More bikes. How about some more bikes? Huh? Is this something? Oh my goodness, this is insane. It's like bike paradise. Holy shit. Probably more bike racks to be installed. So they're very strict about bike rules, and as you could see, where there's no bike lanes, bikers basically walk their bikes. They get off the bikes and they start walking them. This is like a homeless dog collecting money. Who is that in there? This is the most original idea I've seen so far. Matt Hater. Check this out. Throughout the city you can see bikes just like this, basically parked without any locks or anything, and you can take it and upgrade it and fix the gears, things like that. Like in this case, it's, you see the rear wheel is screwed up, but look, everything else seems to be looking fine. The frame, the seat, and they just put "remake me." Sometimes you can see them hanging on like street poles or on, you know, on the bridge somewhere, just, you know, using these zip ties. Interesting concept, right? Red Square. Check this out. Moskvich. You know what that translates to? Moscovite. And that's literally in Russian language. This is a red square in the middle of Copenhagen. And look at this ramp over here they're building, right onto the building. It's amazing. Oh my god, so many bike lanes. Why so many bike lanes? Oh my goodness. This is crazy. So many bike lanes. Look at this. And what is this? Oh man. Take a look at this thing. Wow. That's something or what? It's like a big whale. Whoa. something or what? What is that? What kind of bike is this?
Why are you filming this?
It's amazing. I've never seen a bike like this. I will show it in New York.
It's wow. It's called Driverless.
It's a sculpture?
No, it's just a bicycle.
That's amazing. What do you call it? Did you make it yourself?
No, it's what is it called? It's called Driverless. It's a Danish designer.
It's a Danish design. Can you get off for a second? I just want to take a look how the seat is.
No, sorry, I'm a little bit in a hurry. So
You're in a hurry. I'll just follow you for a second. Look at this. It almost looks like Strider in a way.
Please do not use this film for anything.
I will put it on the FBI most wanted list. Is that alright?
Please don't.
It's just for personal stuff. Thank you. Take a look at their basketball courts. They're like for skateboarders as well. You can use for any kind of game. Is that something or what? You could cycle in or out. That's the way out. And this is the way in. And that's how it looks from the side. See? It looks like a soap holder or something. Every bench is kind of like a uniquely designed one. I've seen a bee eating meat. She really likes it. She's indulging. This is why bees are disappearing, because it's somewhat of a conflict of interest. They're eating the foods that they're not supposed to. The Truth is Frame is having a rest. It's been complaining lately, saying, "Oh man, I'm so tired, so many people holding me. I just want to take a rest." And Strider is also having to wait. As you could see, she's a little bit kind of like concerned about idling, but the Truth is Frame is tired, so she's waiting until she gets some energy. And this is the city center. Feels a lot like Amsterdam, except the buildings are not tilting over. I don't know if you've ever been to Amsterdam. The buildings basically tend to stand this way, like that. So they're almost like falling over on you. So the old town tends to have a lot of shops. It's similar to like a shopping kind of a place for tourists. So there is second female. I'm curious about the first female, but they already have second female. European ice. This may be the best spot to do a time lapse for the Truth Is project because there's a lot of people here. A lot of Copenhagen actually is in construction in the summertime because winters are probably really hard to construct anything. Alright guys, so I've been noticing a lot of words like this all over Copenhagen. What in the world is this? Just tell me. It looks like a clothing store, but what does this mean? Are you Danish?
Yeah.
Can you explain what this word means?
Slutspurt.
Yes.
Like the end of a sale.
The end of the sale.
Yeah. Like the last week of the sale.
So the word, I mean, it's one word or is it?
It's one word, and it's not slut.
It's insane. I've seen it all over the place.
Slut means the end.
The end,
Yeah.
I see. Well, when you become a slut, it's the end.
You can say that.
Take care, thank you. You too. So, that's it. So this is graffiti in Amsterdam. Basically, not graffiti, but a mural. And check this out. It's sponsored by a company, Sadolin. See that? Maling sponsored Sadolin. So it's pretty nice that companies basically sponsor beautiful murals. Her hair turns into a wolf. Look at the fire trucks here in Copenhagen. They're completely square, like a big box. And it's got those rolling doors that go up and down, and like completely square. It's a complete box, basically. It's very interesting. You know, compared to New York fire trucks that are huge and like, you know, got those real wheels that turn around, and there's a special man specifically for that job, for the real wheels. And everything is in the open, all the hoses and everything. But this one is like all hidden and everything. It's like bulletproof or something. It's pretty interesting. Look at that. The fire crew sits there, and these are the drivers here, and they come pretty quickly. Take a look. There's a, see that fire alarm? So someone turned the fire alarm and they came. Boom. That man that you saw pissing on the building, basically he's been there for 15 years. So he must have drank a lot of beer. Very nice.
Thank you very much.
Take a look at this. At first I thought it's like the three churches coming together. So there's the Jewish synagogue, mosque, but I couldn't see the cross, Christianity. So go figure. What is that? What is that? Is this like some kind of teleportation? What is this?
Garage?
A private garage?
No, it's like a lift. It's not like a public, but like a lift, so it goes up and
Oh, it's gonna go away? Teleportation? Let me take a look. I've never seen something like this in New York. So it's gonna go away.
Yeah, it is.
That's just amazing.
But it's public, everybody.
Yeah.
It's oh, look, your car is disappearing.
Yeah.
Where is it going?
It's like a lift.
Oh, that's it. They stole your car. They swallowed your car. What are you gonna do now?
Find a new one, I guess.
Oh, this is how rich everyone is here. They just recycle the cars like this.
Exactly.
Amazing.
Have a
Thank
nice
you.
day.
You too.
Bye-bye.
That's it. They swallowed their car basically. Damn. And they're okay with it. They just walked away. And apparently you talk to this machine and it just like recycles your car. Here comes the floor. The whole floor just gets back to, oh, what if you have a bigger car? What if you want to recycle a minivan? And I see this guy, he looks like Berezovsky, you know, the millionaire who recently died. And this guy is from Iraq actually, and he says, "You look like my brother." And I said, "Why?" He said, "Your nose." This is crazy. How do you pronounce your name?
Adnan.
Edna.
No, really it's Adnan.
Adnan.
No, if you say it in my language.
Yes.
So,
But you live here?
yes, I have been here about 30 years.
30 years?
Yes.
Oh, so that makes you local. I would love you to participate in my art project.
Okay.
Takes 1 minute. Would that be okay? All right. Ladies and gentlemen, it is what day today?
It's Friday.
Friday. We just came from this art exhibition.
Art exhibition.
Art, yeah, with the parentheses. And this is Shahab, everyone, ladies and gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen.
And this guy was supposed to host me. He said when I posted like an emergency request because I was in dire situation, and he said, "Okay, I can host you only for 2 days. Okay, 2 days only, and that's it. Period. Then I'm gonna kick you out." And then right before leaving the house, boarding the bus and everything, I get an email from my friend Ruth in what is it called? Stockholm, and she says her friend. Where are we going? We're going this way?
We're going down.
Okay, down this way. So, and her friend, Ruth's friend, says you can come stay, with me as long as you need. So I was like, wow, I need to let this guy know. And I basically told him last minute. He was upset. He was like, I prepared the bike for you. I prepared food for you and everything. This is how you treat you fucking bastard.
No, it was not that tragedy.
It wasn't that traumatic. Yeah. It wasn't that dramatic. So, but anyway. And then next thing you know, I meet this guy and his friend completely randomly. And he's like, "This is the project you're doing, right?" And I'm like, "Well, how do you know about my project?" And he saw the frame and everything. So basically, and here we are. We went dancing and stuff like that. And and now we're heading. I mean, I called it a day already. It's kind of like a lot of people participating, and now we're heading to get some sandwiches or something like that. I don't know. He actually is probably a good cook or something, and he comes from Iran actually. He was born in Iran, but he lived in Turkey for some time. How long did you live in Turkey?
2 years.
2 years in Turkey, and now he just relocated to Copenhagen. He's been here for 4 months. And what's your take on it so far?
About Copenhagen?
Yes.
It's okay.
It's okay. He's not happy with it. I mean, according
I'm
to...
not like super happy with it. I'm not like super sad with
even
it.
Even though this is considered to be the happiest place on earth, according to some kind of statistic or something. I heard about it, and it's kind of like, it's
Should be the happiest.
Yeah, it should be the happiest,
No,
but I don't know
think
if I
it's the
noticed
happiest.
anyone. Oh, look at that child over there sitting there. Ooh, great. So, you know, as you could see, bike city like there is no tomorrow. Everyone biking with children on their chests, on their everywhere. Like, you know, they put children everywhere. If they could find a child sitting on on the wheel, they put him there. So, you know, and the child is like balancing there. Anyways, so I'll talk to you guys sometime in the future. Cheerios. Way to avoid hunger when you are traveling. Let's say if there is no accessibility to food, you just buy one of these trail mixes that contain dry bananas, pineapple, raisins, cuts of coconut, papaya, and that's basically it. But if there is nuts also, that would be better. Or you can buy the nuts separately. This is basically, I bought it in Sweden, actually in Oslo. And this is what it contains. These are the things that were part of it. And according to Shahab, he says one of the couch surfers he hosted, he basically walked the streets using only nuts, like without having to go for food or anything. And the nuts, I think it's chestnuts, you know, the one that looks like a brain. That's what it's called. If not, it's, you know, just look it up. Looks like a brain. Грецкие орехи. So you should get more of these. They're portable but powerful. What happens when youngsters get hungry and they're out and about and there's no money to spend on restaurants or anything? They simply walk into supermarkets and they get this green peas and they just eat them. It's pretty cheap. So about $3 for a kilogram or something like that. So they buy this and they just walk around eating this. A nice source of protein. This is the royal palace of the Queen. All of these buildings basically. And the guards securing it. And this is another church. Okay, so this is Joachim. He participated in the Truth Is project right after I was filming the Bollywood dancing. And this is Shahab. He lent me his bike. This bike he actually fixed specifically for...
Oh, you want to see this one? Or?
For me. Huh?
Or we go home?
We go home.
Okay.
So we just went to Christiania. It's like a different republic in and on itself within Copenhagen. And what's interesting about Christiania, it used to be a military base actually. And now it's like the hippies took over since the 60s. And now the government is kind of like trying to get them to pay for the property in order to basically occupy it. And it's very like bohemian. You can't film anything there. It's completely prohibited because there's a lot of hashish going on in terms of, it's just like in Amsterdam in the sense where, you know, you could buy hashish and smoke it there, but you can't take it outside or take pictures of, you know, so you have proof of people selling it to you, but you know, it's the shops basically sell it in the open. So, and the police are okay with it as long as they don't sell hard drugs. And this is the bike, as you could see. You may be asking, what is this tripod doing here, and what is my backpack taking from the Strider? So we went to film some art projects. Shahab films social experiments as well. There's one that looks like a TV and bananas coming out of it, and people try these bananas. So it's kind of a social experiment where he invites people trying out these bananas, and he filmed it on one of the main tourist streets of Copenhagen. So we filmed one with one man peeing on the wall. It's a statue, it's bronze sculpture actually. And I had an idea, what if there is a woman who comes up to that man and she starts unzipping her pants, but standing, in other words. She's not sitting down to take a leakage. And all the equipment just traveled with us to Christiania. And now we're gonna go take a break. And tonight, where are we going tonight? What's the name of the place?
Soul Safari.
It's a soul safari. So you take your soul, put it in your pocket, and you go for safari. That's the idea.
Yeah.
See you guys later.
Or you bring out your soul from the pocket.
Or you take out the soul from your pocket. Depends on how you swing it. Look at this Danish house. I love the way the signage for street names is. Look at these houses, it's so beautifully decaying. I mean, at the same time it doesn't look like it's decaying, but there's some kind of like yellow or orangey, rusty feel to it that makes you just keep on looking at it. Take a look at this bike. What is this? This is amazing. Look how simple the design of it is. It reminds me of Strider in a way. Is this a folding bike? Wow. This is nice. One thing I found interesting is this particular tree having these, you see, it's kind of like strings with clamps for the laundry drying. And they're like all over the place on this tree. Right there, you see there's another one right there. So I'm curious, looks like it's for messages people leave to each other or something like that. I actually opened this one, there was a spider inside. So it's just like, bam! A big surprise. But it's just empty, the paper is empty and there's no track of, you know, writing that was washed out by the weather or anything like that. So here's another one right here. So it seems like it's a nice system for leaving messages to people. It's like some kind of billboard of some sort. But what is this for, really? I mean, I haven't seen anything like this before, and I've traveled quite a few countries, but I'm curious. See that? You see these? What is this?
I don't know, actually. I don't know.
It's not a Danish thing?
Maybe it is.
What is
What are you
this?
looking at? This?
What is this?
This?
Yeah. Look, right here, here.
Honestly, I don't
Is
know.
this like something before Twitter? This is how people communicated in Denmark?
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Honestly, I don't
I've
know.
never seen anything like it. I mean, there's so many of them.
Yeah.
But, I mean, is this a cultural
Put it
thing?
on Facebook and ask. I don't know.
Is this a cultural thing? You've never seen this before?
I've never seen
How
it.
about you? This is just amazing. I don't know. You're the second people, like second couple. So apparently those guys over there say it may be a messaging system, you know, like someone waiting for someone. It's like a meeting spot over here. And if that person didn't show up, they would write a note or something like that. So this was probably the inspiration. Do you guys know what this is?
No idea.
What is it?
I have no idea.
Letters to Santa Claus?
It's my,
You think so?
it's my best.
Your assumption?
That's
Looks like a place where they dry stuff.
Huh?
It dry. What's that thing? Because these are missing things, right? It's supposed to have these things hanging.
I don't know what it is,
what's
but
this thing?
it's just piece of paper. I actually saw it. It's empty. There's nothing on
Doesn't
it.
say anything? Okay.
Yeah. That,
I would consider it street art or street happening of some kind.
but definitely this is not a Danish thing.
No, no, no.
It's not a
I've never seen
cultural thing
like
or
this.
anything.
No, no.
I see. Do you know the Danish children's story book writer? Hans Christian Andersen? In this cemetery, his body lies. I don't know what it says here, but he was born on the 2nd of April 1805 and he died exactly 70 years later. I'm curious what it says over there. This is one of his stories, I guess. Someone really loved it and he or she brought it here. I thought it would be like a tomb or something. Tomb. But it's just a very nice looking grave. Someone participating for the Truth Is Project said that the absolute truth is the fact that we're born and then we die. So it's the cycle of life. And what you do in between, what matters. This bike, it's about $2,600 to buy. And basically they have in different configurations. Like take a look at this one. Or there's one with the seat inside. I don't know if you can see that brown seat over there. So as is, like this, it's basically $2,500 to buy. And it's probably a really heavy bike, but you can load up to 180 kilos on this thing. And it only has 2 wheels, not 3, that you would expect on something like this. And it's made by Larry versus Harry. Pretty interesting design. You go to larryversusharry.com. This one's got 7 speeds. And I figure this could be like a mobile barbershop in a way. You can put like a chair in the center and then a platform that opens up this way for the barber to kind of walk around. So when it's in motion, it just folds in, pink, the platform from both sides. And there's a stand like this that holds the bike upright. Right there, you see. And the way you operate this thing here, and it moves the front wheel like so, using this lever over here. The company's been around for 5 years, and they have all these different colors. So that's the basic configuration. That's in Kronos, 14,530. That's basically $2,600. And this is how you can set it up. You can put like a child's kind of a... So you put your child first, you know, in case of collision, the child basically goes first. And then, you know, because you can make another child always, but, you know, you have to protect yourself. So child is like a cushion, you know what I mean? That kind of thing. So you can have different seats, handlebars and whatnot, things like that, you know. Larry versus Harry. And there's another one over here. They're gonna go for a test drive. He says you want to make a circle. So just like any other bike. So it must be pretty heavy by itself just to get it up to speed, plus the 180 kilogram load that you put on it. Friend here, Jacob says, what is education system like here in terms of like?
In Denmark, it's free to study.
Completely.
Completely.
You finish your high school and then
you finish your high school,
university, no matter what.
Yeah, you have to have a certain average to get into university.
Right.
It depends on how many people are applying.
And not only do you get it for free, they pay you $900.
$900 a month, as long as you're less than a half year behind.
It's a stipend, right?
Yeah. No, it's free. You don't have to pay it back. It's like it's a stipend.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like you get $900 a month as long as you're studying and are less than a half a year behind. So you can't just sign up and get the money. You have to study.
Right.
And that's a way to make it even for everybody, so those who come from poor conditions can still get an education if they have the skills.
And it's in Danish though? You have
it's
to
in
study
Danish for the first 3 years until you get your bachelor, and after that all the classes are in English.
I see. And also, but there's high taxes. Once you get a job, you pay 50% tax.
50% as a
from
minimum.
your pay. So in other words, if you make 5,000 kronos,
you get 2.5. A
You
little bit more.
to
48% or something is
48%. That's pretty high.
Yeah.
But everything is free. Like
no, not everything, but
healthcare is free.
University is free. You get money when you study. Healthcare is free, so you can go to the hospital no matter what.
Yeah.
And if you lose your job, the government will provide you with like a minimum welfare, so you're certain that you can like pay your. It's not if you bought an expensive house, you have to sell that. But you can live in an apartment and pay for the food for you and your children and clothes.
That's not
and that's
bad.
part of it.
Yeah.
So I don't consider it socialist. I just consider it. I'm a Republican in Danish terms, actually. I'm conservative in Danish terms. But I still support this because it gives everybody the opportunity to get like good life if they have the skills and the desire. But still, you take care of those who are unlucky, and by having free healthcare, you make certain that your society is healthy, and I think that will generate growth. And,
do you think that is what makes people in Denmark happier? According to there's some kind of like a
yeah, I've heard that.
Yeah.
Opera told us that.
Is that because of the welfare system that basically takes care of the
I think
the
it's
people?
like the overall system that people know that nobody will die in the streets.
Yeah, they will not become like homeless.
No, you can become homeless if you spend all the money the state gives you on
or
something
you
else, on
succumb
beers.
to like drugs or whatever.
Yeah, and on drugs or beers or whatever. But I think in general, it makes people happy to know that they will be taken care of them no matter what.
Yeah. So there's more freedom to kind of like be flexible and
Yeah, I think like that, and we're quite liberal here. So in many ways.
What else? What else? You've been to New York, right? For instance, what else did you find? Let's say in American lifestyle, compared to Danish lifestyle that's so cultural shocking
You're way more religious.
than here?
Yeah, way more. It's like 75% of the Danish, I think, is atheists. At least of
75,
yeah,
really?
At least the people below 50 years old.
I see.
I think.
And why did you ever wonder, like, why are Americans more religious than?
I think that's my personal opinion, but I think that people are more religious if they need some hope. It's a way to like excuse stuff. Tackle the hard times, explain something you can't explain. That was what we used to for back in the days when you couldn't explain that why the times changed. Then it was like God's word.
Right.
And I think the less
the way the crops grow or something like that.
It was God's word. If you died or somebody died, it was God's word. And I think the less words you have, the more rational you look at it. Like with a lot of other stuff, when science have figured out, okay, the Earth is spinning around the sun and not the other way around.
Right.
Then it explains something.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, if America would move to the system that Denmark has, what would happen, do you think?
I honestly don't know, but
maybe transitionally, not like abruptly, right?
no, abruptly would be a big problem, but
yeah,
I think actually with time
shock.
people will start to like it.
Yeah.
But when they realize the benefits of free healthcare, the benefits of stuff, it helps society.
Yeah,
it
you're
helps
just
the world.
walking into the hospital, you don't have to worry about.
No,
I'm gonna pay for it, or
no, if you have you can pay for it if you want to get through faster. We have private hospitals, but everybody, if you have cancer, you get treatment. If you need a new heart, you'll get a new heart. It's not if you can afford it or not. If you have some problems with the kidneys, they will help you as well.
It's more justified. It's more.
They make a waiting list
equally.
Making a waiting list, and then it's time to turn. And with cancer and treatments like that, those who need it more get in front of the road.
I see.
So,
Jacob, thank you.
You're welcome.
Guys, check this out. Denmark is the second least corrupt country in the world after Iceland.
I think it was Iceland.
And that's according to...
I think it was one of the international organizations. I think it was Amnesty International who said it.
Amnesty International.
I think it was them who said it.
Just a month ago they
1 or 2 months ago I read it in the newspaper.
Look at that. Why do you think it's in these two countries and nowhere else? I mean,
because
is the government transparent here? Is that the reason?
Everything is transparent. The news, the government, everything. So
are you saying this is the most advanced
civilization
in the sense of being open? Like
because you can apply to get be allowed to see more or less whatever is behind the decisions made in the government when they've been made. The journalists can apply to get all the material and read that, and then they find if somebody has abused the power. So in other words, there's a lot of watchdogs on every level. Yeah, so everybody, especially the journalists, are doing a lot of work. And
Iceland is the first country.
I heard it was Iceland, but I might remember wrong. But I think it was Iceland. But that's a small society. So and I think one of the reasons is that people put a pride into like people not being corrupt and like I said, everybody gets taken care of, so you don't have the same incentives to get to earn some extra on the sides as a cop or whatever. Yeah. Because you know you're getting taken care of. Mm-hmm. So I think.
Now, also you said that even church allows same-sex marriages here.
Not like that.
And Denmark was the first country to allow.
We legalized it in '89.
1989.
Yeah.
Wow.
And this last summer they made a law which didn't force the church, but before that the church could deny people to get married in the church, people of same sex.
Yeah.
Even though there were 14 or 15 priests in Denmark who said that they thought it was all right with their religions, they wanted to do it. Yeah. Then the church said no. But last year they made a law which said that the church couldn't allow a priest to marry a couple of same sex if the priest just wanted
doesn't
to
support this idea.
No, if the priest support them to get married, he was allowed to do it in the church, and the council of the church couldn't refuse it.
I see.
So that's a new law, 1 year old, and I really approve of that one.
And also you also mentioned about America. What you like about America is the fact that
it's the fact that everybody has
it's not regulated.
No, it's not regulated. Here it's very regulated.
There's a lot of regulations here because it's
I think a bit too much.
Old culture, really ancient culture.
I don't know. I just think it's a bit too regulated. You want to do the best for your people, but
Like for instance, sugar.
Sugar's
you get taxed higher
Yeah, it's get taxed. Sugar's getting taxed higher.
because it's
beers,
bad for your health.
Yeah, and I don't think, because then you should tax everything, fat, whatever, grease, whatever you want, and you don't do that. So I think it should be like, I'm liberal in that point of view. I think I should be allowed to decide or do whatever I want and eat or smoke or drink whatever I want.
So when you went to America, you were actually, you know, quietly surprised about the fact that it's not as regulated as here.
Yeah, in some ways it was. I think that made it cheaper with the food and everything because it was not regulated.
Well, that, right, you were saying?
It made it cheaper because it wasn't taxed.
And also, you said if you work hard in America, you can.
You get paid. Here, it's like we have different steps in the tax. So the more you earn, the more you pay.
Yeah.
And
you support the ones on welfare.
Yeah, and I think you still support 50% of $60,000 is more than 50% of 30,000. So you still support more if everybody paid 50%.
Right.
And I think we would make people work more. So I think in the end we would earn the same in taxes if it was the same tax for everybody. But it's like an idea that they don't want the span to get too big between rich and poor. But I, once in a while, think it removes some of the incentives to actually incentives, yeah, to actually do something for society. To actually, not for society, but for yourself, and then secondary will actually mean to do something for society, because you work harder and you make more profit for the society as well.
I see. But is there possibility for becoming successful in Denmark?
Yeah, but it's way harder.
Harder?
Yeah.
I see.
It's not that big a difference between everybody what you earn. It's like, of course, lawyers earn more than school teachers, but it's not like that big a difference as it is in the States, because the tax eats more of it.
I see what you're saying, right. Now they have driverless subway cars. Subway trains are completely driverless, and they have double doors for safety. The trains run every 2.5 minutes, and this one takes you directly to the airport.